Have you ever noticed how everyone online suddenly becomes a therapist, a CEO, a body language expert at the same time? Yeah, so have we. Let's talk about that. Hello and welcome back to another episode of We're Not on Drugs, We Promise. I am your host. They are you lovely, beautiful co-host. And Cads is still not going to be joining us for this. He's dealing with some stuff, but as soon as he comes on, he will introduce himself. I promise he's real and we're not making him up. But anyways, but yeah, as I was doing research for this episode and just kind of like getting some stuff. Anyway, you've all been on like TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, and seen like you guys have seen like friggin' these people who claim to be all these things, right?
Yes, like
Told
someone.
you to assume I'm on that side of the internet.
I'm asking a question, right?
I mean, I've heard of it before, yeah, but I haven't ever seen it on my feed.
I've seen it.
Well,
Kamiko, come here, numbnuts. God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
my cat's being stupid.
the thing about why there's so many people saying they're a thing that they're not is because the internet's a thing, and the internet doesn't give a fuck. The internet does not care about credentials. It doesn't check if you've gone to college and got your fucking degree. You could say you're a thing even if you're not. That's the thing.
Yeah. You can say you're bald and then show your face with full head of hair and be like, oh yeah, I'm bald.
Yeah. But as I was doing research for this episode, the first topic I wanted to talk about was fake therapists, right? And I was doing research to try to find some
right, and I actually found something pretty interesting I haven't seen before from like last year. There was this girl, and she actually passed away. But
oh no.
she her name was Peggy Randolph, and she was a therapist licensed in Florida and another state. I forget the other state. And she was an actual therapist, but the thing is, she gave her login. She was a therapist for like an online. She gave her login info to her wife, and her wife was logging on
some of her patients, and like the whole thing was that they didn't know it wasn't her because apparently she taught her wife how to be her in front of her patients or some shit like that.
So that's like super illegal, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That's like identity theft.
That, and I'm
Yeah.
also pretty sure it's really illegal to pretend to be a licensed therapist, or, as you said,
Yeah.
identity theft.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is illegal.
Yeah, it is. But like I could only find 2 TikTok videos about it. And I mean, just show them on screen if here I'll show them on screen.
This Florida-based social worker named Peggy Randolph allegedly allowed her wife Tammy to pretend to be her in telehealth sessions while Peggy would treat patients in person. Tammy here on the left, Peggy's on the right. Tammy died last February, and a former patient said that she discovered through social media that she was actually being treated by Tammy before she died, and that's when she reported to Brightside with photographic proof of her session with Tammy. Brightside fired fired her, and the organization did an internal investigation and determined that Peggy shared her login credentials with her wife.
She was providing the quote-unquote online therapy from 2021 to February of 2023.
And in this particular breach, an unauthorized individual accessed the info of 767 people. According to Florida and Tennessee records, Peggy voluntarily surrendered her social worker's license and agreed that she would not reinstate her license. She's like, all right, fine. The jig's up.
One after the other if I can find them again. But it was like 2 videos about it. One guy on TikTok doing his whole spiel, and another person, these 2 gals, talked about it on their podcast. And like friggin', and I'm like, there are people out there that pretend to be therapists, and it's like, how fucked up is that, you know?
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. And like, it's like, there's like allegations, fucking shit, and everything. At the end of the day, it's like, I don't know.
My 2 cents topic is like, don't do it. It's alright to be the therapist friend, like, have you, quote unquote, therapy with your friends, sure, but like, actually doing it under a real organization, and that's an entirely different thing, and it is also illegal, so.
Has she been like caught or something?
Fake therapists, they simplify mental health advice. They
Yeah.
misuse real terms a lot, and they turn serious issues into like trends, to say the least.
Yeah.
Not everybody is feeling a diagnosis, but online it kind of gets treated like one. And the thing is, that is kind of how some key things to like look out for when some key things to like look out for when
Getting a therapist.
looking for a fake therapist. Yeah.
I'd say I do want to point out though that there is a little bit of a disconnect between like different mental illnesses and getting stuff, because people with like autism or ADHD will be like, oh well, here's possible symptoms, but don't self-diagnose. You should probably go get yourself checked out. But if
Yeah.
you have these symptoms, you might be autistic or have ADHD.
One thing is like DID, for example. We're gonna circle back to like mental health later on in this episode, but like what I kind of want to tap real lightly right now, since you brought it up, is like DID, for example. You have you need to get diagnosed by a therapist, not a doctor, and like you have to get a therapist specialized in DID to diagnose you, and and in with everything you have to get some people with DID, you have to get more than one diagnosis, because you can often what happens is you get misdiagnosed with schizophrenia.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah.
My family thinks I have schizophrenia.
My mom thinks I have autism, which would check out. No, because so I got tested for ADHD and autism when I was 12, and they said, "Oh yeah, no, she's got ADHD, but she doesn't have autism." Now, keep in mind when they tested me, I was 12, but they also left me alone in a room to fill out a 180 question packet. And when they came back into the room, when they were done talking with my parents, I had reorganized the entire little kitchenette play thing that they have in there for little kids.
I feel like that's more OCD.
Maybe, but so they had all of the the extra stuff that like the play plates, the silverware, and all the extra stuff. So they had it kept in a tote, and I arranged the tote. I organized the tote of all of the fake things.
That actually sounds kind of fun, low key.
It was.
Maybe it's just a girl thing. I don't know.
I don't know either. I do know that I want to remove my spine and twist it until it snaps like bubble wrap.
That's concerning.
I'm 20, almost 21, and my back hurts.
Oh, now that's just plain on.
And I cannot twist or bend in a way that pops my back in the way I need it to pop. I've tried.
Because I got bored. I'm cutting things up, and my mom was like, "Who are you talking to? People."
You're talking to the voice?
I'm talking to the voices that you think I have in my head.
All of the voices. No, you could be like Deku.
Anyways, I'm back. Like I was saying about the fake therapists, that's not the only thing that people like to fake. There's a lot of people that you see pop up on your For You page talking about these business genius ideas that they've done and that they've made this much money, and they can teach you how to make as much money as they're making right now. All you gotta do is pay them $2,000.
Yeah, I don't trust any of that stuff that I see like, oh, I teach you how to do XYZ. Only a few opinions. Like, no thanks. I'll learn how to do it on my own.
But anyways, like I was saying, the people that show up on your For You page is like, I'm gonna show you how to make 10,000, just pay me 2,000.
I don't trust that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, what was your thoughts on that again? Can you repeat all that? Like,
What about the teach you how to make 10,000, but you have to pay me 2,000?
Yeah, like when
no, I don't trust
like
that.
what you said earlier. Yeah.
I would ask my mother about it.
No. But yeah, what do you think about it? Like, Andy, what do you think?
I don't trust that shit. I don't really know much about that. I would ask
Yeah.
my mom.
It's like, just pay me $2,000 and I will show you how to make $10,000 every week. Oh, shit.
Yeah, no thanks. Mom,
Yeah.
should I trust this shit?
Yeah, obviously. And it's like, that's how they get you. Cause like, friggin', I was watching a video on it and doing research, and they get you because they pretend to know you, they pretend to be your friend, and they're like, hey, you have this struggle, I'm doing this, and this is how I'm doing it. I'll show you how I do it, only if you pay me this, and that's how they get you. And it's like, they're selling cures instead of actual success, like courses instead of actual success. And they got advantage advice that sounds deep, but like, it sounds deep, but it says nothing in the end. And like, friggin', if their main business is teaching you how to make money instead of actually making money. That's something to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like teach a man how to, or no, give a man a fish and like he's hooked for life.
Yeah.
Give a man a fish
Uh,
and don't have that line of business anymore.
Yeah, no. It's teach a man to fish and he eats for. Give a man fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man a fish, he eats for a lifetime.
Yeah, they want us to keep coming back for fish.
Yeah.
I have never heard of that saying in my life.
Yeah. And now here's where we get into another thing. People that people that will freaking interact with you, strike up a conversation, and tell you that they're experts at reading body language.
Yeah, that's
Some sort of degree.
That's the most fake shit I've ever heard. That's the most bullshit I've ever heard. Like they come up to you and they overanalyze normal behavior to try to make something about it, and they tell you acting like a regular goddamn human being behavior is a cheat
how.
code. Like the fuck. And apparently crossing your arms means you're holding a secret, or maybe you're just cold.
No. Sometimes it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
That's the most bullshit I've ever heard. Like, I've seen it in videos, I've heard it, and it's some bullshit. The people that claim to be an expert at reading body language, and then they spout off what everything means, and it's some bullshit they made up on the spot, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, some bullshit.
Yeah.
If you want me to believe you're a master on anything, you better be showing some sort of documentation that you went to school for this shit and you better have a degree.
Like, there's a video I'm gonna put on screen. I'm gonna like put in now.
I took myself out to dinner last night, and like I do, I sat at the bar and I ordered myself a glass of wine and pasta. This man proceeds to come up to me and he goes, "It looks like you're alone. Can I join you?" I said, "Sure," until my dinner arrived. He sits down next to me. We start conversing. We're just having a friendly conversation. And he goes, "You just touched your neck." I said, "That's a good observation." And he goes, "When you touch your neck, that means you're vulnerable." Okay. And then he proceeds to tell me that he studies body language and he's somewhat of a body language expert, and starts going into everything, the way you look, certain things that you touch on your face. And I do shit all the time. I'm messing with my hair, I'm touching my face anytime I'm talking. It's 24/7. And so now I'm feeling uncomfortable because now I'm feeling like anything that I say to him or do, he's analyzing me, which nobody wants to be analyzed. So I had told him, I said, "This is a suggestion." I said, "When you're meeting a stranger for the first time, it might be wise to not come out the gate telling them that you know this, that you analyze body language, because it's going to make the other person more often than not feel uncomfortable." He proceeds to tell me that I'm wrong, which is how a lot of the conversation was going. He was a little aggressive, always cutting me off, and proceeded to tell me I was wrong on like 5 occasions. So then I was kind of over it and I asked him to leave. And then he goes, "You like a challenge." Men. I said, "No, but I do want to enjoy my dinner now, alone, in peace." So then he proceeds to ask me for my number, and I said, "No." He goes, "If you're not giving me your number, you must have a boyfriend." And I said again, "No." This man could not take no for an answer. So anyway, I had to tell this gentleman to kindly fuck off. Okay? And ladies, sometimes that is what we have to do.
But like, there's this gal, and she was just She was at a restaurant, just having dinner, having lunch, having dinner, right? And this guy comes up to her and he strikes up a conversation. And then somewhere in that conversation, he starts talking about how he's an expert at reading body language and that what she said isn't what she means, and like her body and like the things that she's doing, and this is what she actually means. And it's like, the fuck? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds toxic to me.
Yeah.
Or manipulative, whichever one.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, here's the kicker of the episode, and why I said we're going to circle back to this. People that people tell you, like you clearly have a disorder, and it's clearly something you know you have. Even if you self-diagnose, or if you're not diagnosed, or even if you're self-diagnosed, some shit you just can't be diagnosed with because it just makes your life harder if you're professionally diagnosed. And I get that, why you don't want to be professionally diagnosed with something you don't have, because it will make your life harder if you are. I get that. Something I have a mental disorder, and I have that. A lot of people tried to tell me that I don't have it when I know I have it, and it's like they don't. They're a normie. They're a normal person. How can a normie tell me I have something that I clearly know that I have?
Because people
And
are
it's like freaking yeah, and it's like I can't get professionally diagnosed with it because it will make my life harder when trying to get a job and doing other things, and I just don't want to deal with that bullshit. I just don't. And so, but like, what really peeves me is the people out there that will fake to have disorders.
Yes.
Like freaking people that fake having ADHD and people that fake having what I have, DID. Freaking people fake having this shit, and it gets me. It pisses me off.
you're cutting in and out real bad. I'm not sure if it's my end or your.
Um,
It's
I don't know.
someone's
But anyway, saying it pisses me off. It pisses me off.
I think it pissed any of us off. Since I mean, if I remember right, all of us here have some sort of mental disorder.
Yeah, I have ADHD. I have ADHD. I also have DID. You guys, from what I've known, you guys have ADHD.
That is
I
correct.
I do not have ADHD. I have depression and anxiety.
Oh, I was also diagnosed with depression.
And this is what you get when you allow multiple people with ADHD to run a podcast together. This is what you get.
Yeah, we ran it for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And we
Oh
let
gosh, you're gonna laugh when you listen back to this.
I'm gonna edit a lot of shit out because I know there's a lot of shit that I need to edit out. But anyways,
we could do outtakes. We could put some outtakes. That'd be fucking hilarious.
but yeah. Anyways, like freaking. When you come across somebody that and they claim to have a they claim to have a mental disorder, but they don't. But then, like, you find out along the lines that they're faking it. What is your go-to? What is your...
Confront them.
I am not really sure what I would do because I've never met someone that's faked any sort of mental disorder that I've been aware of. But I would probably get
Mhm.
really mad at them.
Yeah. Friggin', I've never bumped into anybody that was faking to have ADHD. Never in my life. So I can't speak on that. But what I can speak on is DID. Because something I have, something a lot of other people have, and freaking those other people that have it, and like I know a lot of people in my life that also have it. And I've run into people that claim to have it, and then I find out down the line that they're faking. And they say they're not faking, and they double down on the fact that they're not faking, but I know they're faking.
Yeah, there was if I remember right, there was a TikToker by the name of Guns N' Roses who faked having Tourette's, and the only reason she was found out to have Tourette's was because people went and looked back at her old videos, really old, and they found out that, like, hey, she's not ticking as much as she does now.
Yeah. Friggin' DID is one of those things that really gets me because I have it. And like
Yeah.
one of my exes, I called them out after we broke up on the fact that they were faking having DID because they said they had DID when we met. And I for the and I don't want to point out and I don't want to assume faking because that's one thing that is really hard to tell if you're faking or not. But down the line, they fucked up. They said something that is not true, and a lot of fakers say it. And that's how I knew that they were faking. For those of you out there listening to this right now, DID, dissociative identity disorder, it's a disorder that is caused by severe trauma at a young age. And your mind, it's so much that your mind cannot handle it, it splits your brain into fragments known as alters or alternate state of beings. And and the thing is, to explain, I'm gonna have all of you listening, and I'm gonna have you co-hosts close your eyes. Let me know when you got your eyes closed.
Eyes are closed on my end.
Eyes are closed.
All right. Now picture a plate. Picture a really nice glass plate, like something you will use. You'll wash it. You'll eat off of it, right?
So basically something you would love and cherish and use forever.
Yes. Picture
I
that.
know what I'm picturing.
Now smack it on the ground and break it. Now it's broken. Now pick up.
Why the fuck would they do that?
Anyways, now you take the pieces of the plate and you pick it up piece by piece. You take all those pieces together, you glue it back together. But before you glue it back together, you write a name on each and every one of those pieces. And you glue it back together. That is DID.
Open my eyes now.
Yes, you can open your eyes. But
Okay, I imagined a mirror.
yeah, that is
I saw
DID.
a minifig.
But yeah, that is what DID is. That is my best way of describing it. That's how I describe it whenever I need to describe it. But
Pretty effective.
yeah,
It's a really
Oh.
good way to describe it.
alters. They're different state of beings, different personalities in your head, and they come out and they control the body whenever. And friggin' sometimes it's really hard to tell who's fronting unless you've known that system for a really long time. But the thing is, the reason I say it's hard to tell if people are faking is because it is. But one of the things a lot of systems like to use, people like to use, a lot of fakers like to use that is not part of DID, and a lot of fakers like to say it is, and if you know nothing about DID, you wouldn't know. But that's why we're here to educate you. But the thing is, they like to say, there's one of the things they like to say is that, oh, I have DID, and my friend over here has DID as well, and our alters can hop between systems. False. That is not true. That cannot happen.
That
It
really
makes
can't
no
happen.
goddamn sense in the long run, too.
It's like throwing one character
Really
into another
doesn't.
universe.
Yeah. And then another thing is a lot of people like to say that their alters killed themselves or like killed another like killed another alter or like whatever. Like that is not how that works. Like that is a lot of fakers like to
That
use that. And that's not how
that sounds like schizophrenia.
that's not how that works. That cannot happen. Alters can't die. What happens is, yes, you can have alter now, and then years down the line, the alter doesn't exist. But that's not how that happens. What happens is you cause so much trauma that you get into trauma again, and there's so much trauma that you deal with after the fact that one of your alters isolates themselves from the rest of the system. And
That
then
doesn't sound good.
another alter will do the same. And then those two alters will come together, and then they merge into a new alter, and that new alter is a new person, but it has aspects of the previous two.
Sunny, have
That
you had this happen to you?
that is how that works. I've known people who have, and I have as well. Yes. Anyways, yes. Disorders, you should not fake them, and it spits and makes fun of the people. It spits in the face and makes fun of the people that actually have those disorders.
And it only hurts other people in the long run, so yeah, really just don't
Yeah.
do that.
You're really just
Yeah.
like this community of that disorder.
Yeah.
So I would suggest you not.
There's a difference between raising awareness and turning real conditions into a personality trait.
Yeah.
Even then, I'm
You-
not sure why you'd want to turn it into a personality trait.
If you're a fucking dick, that's
Really
why
tough.
would you? That's why you would.
Yeah, true.
Also, like with DID, a lot of people that don't have DID, they have friends that do, and then the friends that have DID talk about having DID, and then they're like, oh, that sounds fun. I wish I had that. Like, oh, I wish.
No, you don't.
And it's like
I don't think
you know,
it's a good idea
and-
to want
and
to
it's
have
like-
disorder.
and it's like, oh,
I think it's
yeah, it's like, oh, I wish I was that quirky, or oh, I wish I had my comfort characters as alters in my head, or oh, I wish I had somebody to talk to when I'm all alone. And it's like, no, you don't wish you had DID. And no, you don't want this.
I have told many people, okay, in the past I did have an ED. But I did tell a lot of people about it, and they were like, "Oh, I wish I had an ED." Are you
I'm-
serious right now? Like, how do you want that? How? I don't
know.
get that. That was the worst experience ever.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. And
Is
like,
it
I
there
mean,
is a big thing for I think at least Hollywood where like they push like, oh, you're supposed to look like this. It's required that you look like this.
Yeah,
And then so that's how people can develop
yeah,
EDs.
yeah.
yeah.
But like the thing is like the thing is like freaking I it pisses me off when I find somebody faking it, and I try to call it out. And like when people like my like Delilah Morgan says in her videos, I full on agree with this. When people say or do bad things, I say boo. Mm. And I like to point it out.
Shame.
And
Shame.
yeah, I like to point it out and everything. And it's friggin'
Cathartic.
everything. Yeah, it really is. There's this video I saw when doing research for this episode and talking with my other friends that have DID. I was actually going to bring one of him. I was actually going to bring one of them up onto the podcast today, and they said they were going to try to make it. They're busy. They couldn't make it, but that's why they're not here right now. But which it really sucks. But honestly, long run, we can talk about this between ourselves, and that's fine. But honestly, there's this person who I'm surprised doesn't have any hate comments, and I was surprised that he did not have any hate comments, and that they did not, and if they did, they deleted all of them, because I swear they should have more hate comments than they do. I'll post, if I can find the video, I'll put it right here.
Hello, I'm Sebastian, and 2 years ago, roughly, I posted a video talking about how when I was 14, I thought I had DID, and how I tricked myself into believing that, and the journey I went through to realize I didn't have it. And that video kind of went viral, but I decided, that I'm gonna go over some of the craziest ulcers I had, because it was kind of, yeah, I wish I used to have a list, but let's go.
But basically, the dude was saying when he was younger, he was faking having DID, and
Hell no.
when he grew up, he realized he thought he had DID when he was younger, so he faked it. And when he grew up, he realized he didn't have DID, so he stopped, which is a good thing. You stopped faking, but that does not excuse the shit you did when you were. And they made an entire video series talking about the fact that like freaking they were fake. I'll just post the one video here if I can find it, but it's like they did the video and they were talking how they the video series talking about how they faked having DID, and that they were going off of lists of alters that they had when they were faking DID, and it just so diminishing, and it's like it made my blood boil, and it's like I wish, and I tried to and I'm like, oh, I bet the entire comment section is all hate comments. Not a single hate comment.
You most definitely deleted those. Because
Yeah.
why in the ever loving fuck would you pretend to have a disorder, realize that you faked it, and stop faking it, then later on down the line, put out a video about it? Why would you do that? In what
Why
state
would
of
you?
mind would you have to be in to make a video like that?
Why
I
would you
know.
even post it in general? Like that's giving you personal hate because
I
you said
know.
something. Like you're just causing hate on.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yeah.
only reason I can think of that they would do that is because that garners more attention for their account, and that's why they would do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I can't think of any reason. They literally
Yeah.
just want attention.
And like, what I do fucking hate is like I hate a lot of things when it comes to people faking the ID. And there's lines. There's lines there that I dance on because the people that fake it, but then I hate the people that are normies and they try to point out people that fake it and try to make videos on it. There's this dude who made a video. I think the video got taken down, but it was a YouTube video, and if the video might still be up. If it is, I'll put like a screenshot of it, and because I'm definitely not playing that shit here. But there's this gal on TikTok. They have DID. They are completely 100% have DID. And there's this other guy on YouTube, and he made a video about people that fake having DID, and he used one of her TikToks in the video and had her in the thumbnail. And she has DID. She's pointed out. She made a TikTok on his video. I'll post that TikTok on the screen along with the thumbnail with the screenshot if the video's still up.
It happened. Somebody fake claimed me on the internet. And not just any someone. The YouTuber Ablaze posted a video a little while ago about the trend on TikTok of people pretending to have alters from the show Hazbin Hotel. I am not here to comment on that at all. I am here because he took a TikTok of mine out of context, put it in his video without my permission, and used my face as the thumbnail for his video. As you can probably assume, I got kind of upset about it. I left a comment under his YouTube video about how I, as a person with this disability, found his video to be quite offensive. I also reported his video and sent him an email. And I sent in a copyright request to hopefully get my TikTok removed from his video. After quite a bit of back and forth with YouTube, my copyright request was denied, and I have not received any response from the YouTuber. I have been trying my best to go about this in the most professional way that I can, sending emails, officially reporting it, not going to the internet to complain. But apparently nothing's happening, so now I'm turning to you guys. This is not me telling you guys to go comment on his videos and give him hate. Do not do that, please. This is me requesting help and getting more people to report that video, so hopefully it can get taken down, or at least my content can get removed from it. If you're confused what I'm talking about, or you don't want to watch his video, which I don't blame you, it's 20 minutes long, his YouTube video is about people pretending to have the disorder DID, or dissociative identity disorder, previously known as multiple personality disorder. A disorder which I have and occasionally make goofy TikToks about. My TikTok has been lumped in with a bunch of others that he is using to prove his point of, in his words, teenagers seeking attention. Specifically, there's a point in his video where he says some fans are crazy and have gotten DID twisted, and then he shows my TikTok, as if to prove his point. The TikTok of mine that he used was just me joking about having DID in general, and I was using an audio from Hazbin Hotel. It was made by someone with this disability for other people with the disability to laugh at. And that's what people did. In the comments of that TikTok, I had a bunch of people agreeing, like, oh, this is so funny. But now I'm getting people from that video that he posted coming into my TikToks, into my comment section, and posting hate. I do not want to spread hate. I do not want anyone to go and hate on him or hate on anyone else. I am just asking that we please report this video so that it can get taken down and the hate can stop. Thank you so much. Even if you just watched this TikTok all the way to the end and didn't do anything else, that's still supporting, and I appreciate you guys. Hopefully this doesn't turn into anything big. I don't want any drama. I just want it to be over.
And the thing is, she has DID, and she's made it clear, and she's proven that she has it. And she reached out to him via email, went through YouTube to try to post a copyright to like get her video taken off of his video, and like also get her taken off of the thumbnail. And like good for her. She did the right actions, but YouTube denied her copyright request.
But it's basically copyright because he's using a video a creator used or
Yeah.
had made. I feel like that should be like impersonating another creator.
No, it's free use if you use it in like a long video. If in like a longer video, if you use it correctly and you just show clips or you're like reacting to it, it's fair use. You can use it. It's not copyright. But the thing is, she just
And usually you give credit.
yeah, and it's like I'm not sure what he did, but like friggin' she tried to like friggin' copyright get
Get rid
her
of
video.
the video.
Yeah, get her video taken out of his video and getting her face out of his thumbnail. And last time I checked, there was no success. YouTube denied her copyright and everything, but like, for him, I don't know. He might have taken her video out of his video by now because it's been long enough. But like, I'm not sure.
YouTube just doing shit.
I know, right? But yeah. And friggin' like on brand like of this episode, confidence is like if you are a person out there and you just have too much confidence, you can feel like a celebrity. But the thing is, then that's when you start dancing on the line, and if you actually become a celebrity, then that fucks up with your way of thinking if you're really confident.
Yeah.
Yeah. People trust what's fucked up is that people in real life, in reality, people trust relatability over actual fucking experience.
Which is unfortunate.
It is.
Yeah. Like, I mean, people much prefer a fast answer over a accurate answer. And it's really fucked up. It really is.
Yeah.
And your algorithm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels will push what feels right to you, but that what you like, what feels right to you, and what feels right in the algorithm isn't always right. It really ain't. It really, and like freaking yeah. Also, like to touch on like the faking DID, like I mentioned, was that back in the day when Has Been Hotel was like starting to come out, like the on Prime Video, not the original pilot episode on YouTube. There was a trend back in the day that a lot of people that faked having DID would do this trend of having Has Been Hotel alters, which is really bad
I
publicity.
don't think you can make your alters be a specific like fandom.
I don't think that happens.
That's
okay.
not how that works.
I don't think that works.
How DID works is there's two types of alters. There's a regular alter that's just it's a person your brain made up. But then there's also fictives. Fictives are like regular alters, but they're based on a fictional character, and your conjured them up based on that fictional character, but they are not that fictional character. They are not.
Yeah. It's like,
And
to my understanding, detectives are like OCs.
Yeah, that's what it's basically like I'm thinking of right
yeah,
now.
kind of in a way. Yeah, that's a way of
Yeah.
it. Thinking like it.
It's like a yes and no, but like
Yeah.
it's a
It's a
easy
yes, but
way
also
to
no.
say. It's an easy way to basically describe it to someone.
Yeah. I mean, friggin'. But yeah, friggin'. We don't fast check vibes. If someone sounds sure, we assume they are. And that's what's wrong with reality. That is what's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't. It's like we should like when somebody is like, oh, I'm this. Like, okay,
Like, all right, show
example.
proof.
Yeah, like show proof.
Yeah,
We
show
should
the fucking proof. Like,
this is what should be normalized. Like if somebody is like, for example, I'm a doctor. Where's your PhD? Show me your PhD. Show me your PhD. Yeah. Unless you're fucking someone like Dr. Demento, and in that case you're a fucking DJ and the doctor isn't actually meaning doctor. It's just part of your name. In that case, feel free, go for it. But like, if you're actually claiming to be a fucking thing and you're claiming to know something, show proof. Show it.
show your
Proof.
fucking proof before saying shit.
That is what should be normalized.
I feel like
It-
if you want to tell someone that you are something and you truly are that something, you should say before saying anything, I have proof of this.
Yeah.
And then continue on.
Exactly. And like,
Because otherwise people just aren't going to believe you.
Yeah, no one's gonna believe you if you don't have proof in 2026. That's your lesson for the day.
yeah, misinformation is spreading like wildfire. People, unfortunately, misinformation is spreading like wildfire, and people are getting bad advice every day, and real professionals are being drawn out of the equation,
Yeah.
which is really
For
fucked
some
up.
people, real professionals were never in the equation.
Yeah. It's not just annoying. It actually affects how people understand themselves and the world around them. It really does.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, it's really this it's really hard to talk about because the reason why some of this sounds like I'm reading off of a script is because I have notes prepared ahead of time, reading my notes. And this next
For the audience to know, Sunny likes to take notes and then go off with them. I've learned that in the past year that we've known each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like friggin' like I mean this next part of the equation is hard to talk about because this next part of the episode is hard to talk about because we've kind of touched it and we kind of already answered this question, but to those of you out there that know more than us, please put down in the comments. But like friggin' how do you spot a person faking, you know?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Like, how?
Like, how would you, like, if you had two people in front of you claiming to be great at business, like I've example earlier, and like friggin' they're claiming to be great at business, and one's the like scam, pay me this much and I'll do it and I'll teach you, and the other one's actually legit. How would you tell the difference between the two?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because you can kind of fairly easily fake doctorates and whatever all paperwork
Yeah,
you would need to prove that you can do this professionally.
Well,
yeah.
honestly, majority of the time, whenever people show that, it always has typos in it majority of the time. So I would
If it's
read
fake.
down the thing. So I would know if it was fake or not.
Yeah, and like if you had two people in front of you claiming to be therapists, and one of them was a real therapist and the other one was a fake one, how would you tell? You know?
Let me see
I don't know.
here, like the registration. What the fuck did I just say?
Registration, yes, lovely.
Yeah.
Registration.
Registration.
Yeah, you gotta go. Like, let me see that little piece of paperwork that tells me that you went to school for this. Because you
Yeah.
have
That
to
you
go to.
are
Yeah,
that you
you
are
have to get.
registered in the state
Yeah,
that I live in.
every therapist has to have a doctorate,
Yeah.
and that yeah, and like, let me see that. If you both have it, clearly one of you is faking it. Be, if the fake person even has a doctorate, clearly that's a fake doctorate.
Yes,
And
doctor.
Honestly,
but
I would.
what's really
Go ahead.
hard is what's really hard is how to tell if somebody's faking a disorder. That's the one key thing that's
Yeah.
hard to tell.
I feel like that's harder than trying to figure out if someone is faking
A
asthma.
job. Yeah.
I said asthma, but
Like, good job.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, asthma works. But what were you gonna say, Andy?
My mind went off to a
Andy
different
forgot.
place. My mind went off to a different place. It is not where it was at one point.
Ah, yes.
Where'd your mind go? The gutter.
No. Now
bet.
it is. Now it is.
Ah, yes.
Something and it goes to it.
And like the thing is, do they explain? Like one of the key things you want to look out for when spotting a faker is like, do they explain how they can do this or how this? Are they oversimplifying complex topics? Things you want to ask yourself. Do they avoid? Do they avoid? Um, necessaries, like things that they need. Like, do they avoid when you ask them to prove how they do it? Do they avoid the question? You know, are they selling you something immediately? These are
If
the
they are
things.
there full on faker.
Yeah, real experts usually sound a little less certain because they actually understand how complicated things are.
Yeah.
They do? I would assumed it was the other way around.
Sometimes I forget therapists have a life out of their job, so they're not like always psychology.
Yeah,
And I'm just
yeah,
like, you
true.
know happiness?
Yeah,
You mean your life isn't totally ruled by depression?
like I mean, it's like you don't sleep in your office and you're not tied to your chair.
You're not constantly
Like, are you sure about that?
Are you sure that you're happy, or are you faking it? Because whenever I see you, you are not with a smile. You are like, are you okay?
Yeah. Like, the internet rewards confidence, but that doesn't mean confidence equals the truth. That's what's fucked up.
Yeah.
Fair. Is it, well, I mean, so I'll be honest. In my experiences with any and all doctors, they usually are more. They sound more confident, but they're like, "All right, here's what I'm thinking it is." Not like it could be this, could be that.
Well,
But granted, that is just my experience.
I have never met a therapist, nor have I needed a therapist, which I am getting to go see a
well,
therapist in a few months. So,
anyways, well,
There.
it's getting late. I got editing to do tomorrow, and
We're gonna
remember,
have so much fun listening back on this.
Sorry the outro cut out here, but like I was saying, remember, don't do drugs alone, do them with your family, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye! Also check out the Instagram to DM us. Bye bye!